Well, let's reset the scene a little bit here because we had a terrific fight in the Omar Shaker fight. A little bit of a lackluster heavyweight fight, but we saw the interesting fight. We're thrilled to be here in the Oneida Nation arena where we're going to see at least two great names do battle, and we're just hoping it could be a terrific fight.
Well, you know what's happened in this arena, I think, is the fact that this capacity crowd and all the famous people that are here from the world of boxing has injected a certain energy here. And yes, everybody is wondering at what skill level will these two women fight. Many people have not seen these women fight before, even though Laila and Jackie Frazier have had between them 16 fights. They're wondering like the rest of us.
Well, you know something, when you see these two names that will be forever linked together, we're all hoping that it'll be a terrific fight. I know that's why you folks have tuned in, and that's what we hopefully will see before the night's over. But you know something else? It's Hall of Fame weekend here, and Al, I don't know if you have the same electricity in your bones. I know you love boxing as much as I do, but I really feel like it's like a heavyweight championship fight with the electricity and the buzz that's been going around, and part of that is because of the great job they've done to promote the fight.
Well, you can hear it. You can hear it. You can even, I hope, through the lenses, and you can hear and feel what's going on here. The big names that people have been able to mingle with, and it's a very intimate atmosphere here. When they see the Erin Pryors and the Sugar Ray Leonards and the Joe Fraziers, of course, people have gotten very excited about this. And I will state again that what's important for this fight and what will make it a reasonably successful evening is if Jackie Frazier and Laila Ali can fight to a certain level, make it competitive, and bring out the juices in these people that will flow when they think of their own loyalties, whether it be for a Frazier or an Ali.
And let's be honest, this is very important to women's boxing, because if it isn't the type of fight that we hope to see and expect to see with high skill in the boxing aspect, it could be bad for women's boxing.
Yeah, it could be, but I think we have to set the record straight. The fact of the matter is these two fighters are well known. Laila Ali's ranked 5th in her weight division. These are not the two best women boxers in the world. There are many, many, many with a skill level that are higher. So no matter what happens here this evening, and by the way, remember Laila Ali is a 23-year-old who's still learning her craft. There are women boxers that can put on a good show. So if they fail a little bit tonight, I think it's not a death knell for women's boxing. Clearly, they would like to perform well, and they would like it to be a catapult for women's boxing.
Well, the big thing is that we have a feature coming up for you on Ali. We talked about so many times how those names were linked, and they had some activity in Syracuse, so we're going to go to that feature very shortly for you. I think you'll enjoy meeting Ali and Frazier one more time, so without further ado, let's go to that feature for you.
A trip to the mall, not to shop.
Hi, how are you?
The female boxers with legendary last names signing anything eager fans can get their hands on.
Thank you very much.
It takes an entire shopping center to hold these ladies, and the trash talk, the pre-fight punches flying out of their mouths.
Mark my words, you will not see no more Jackie Frazier after I whoop on her. She's overdone. The disappearance is about to happen. This is a woman versus a girl situation, so I'm going to give all the young girls something to look forward to when they get around 39, 40.
The crush of cameras, some for television, some for the scrapbook. It's the personalities they've come to see, attitudes getting analyzed.
I think Jackie has kind of taken the role of Muhammad Ali as more the aggressor, you know, loudmouth, trash talk, where Laila's taken the other way of Joe Frazier, kind of quiet, you know, and I'll do my talking with my fists.
Even for a trip to school, they arrive like rock stars to international media, and the young fans gathered for a few minutes and a message. For all her talk about beating on Jackie, Laila tones her message down, saying fights are meant for the ring.
Don't judge each other, because you don't ever know what the person next to you is going through. You know what I mean? So you can't ever try to feel like you know what's going on in their head. You know, somebody might be walking with their head down because something's going on personally at home with their family. And people be like, look at her, she thinks she, you know, she thinks she's better than everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
2, 3, go! Okay.
Jackie Frazier lied down and dirty at a high school, an arm wrestling match with the principal. The real muscle in her message, life is a battle, the gloves are off, and it's time to fight negative attitudes.
No matter what's going on in your life, if you have illness, if you have a disability, if you're too good looking, people hate you. If you're too ugly, they're going to hate you. So you just be happy with who you are and be, you know, positive about that.
It has been a week-long war of words, both women saying they take their celebrity role model status seriously, as serious about the future of all women's sports as they are about putting a hurting on each other during the fight.
At least we can see now the personality of the two women that are involved and how brilliant and intelligent Jackie Frazier is, and the personality of an Ali. I don't think it'll change no matter whose first name is there, Al.
No, that's for sure. And, you know, Jackie Frazier Light has maybe been the surprise of this whole promotion as we've gone on. Everybody knew she's an attorney, and clearly we all knew that she was an interesting and articulate woman, but I think she's even surpassed the expectations of those people that were trying to get people interested in this fight. And I think she saw a good opportunity for herself at the age of 39, and I think that was her initial reason for beginning to train to try and become a boxer. We live in a society of cross-promotion, and I think she figured out that once she got on the public stage, she might have something to offer, and I think that's what that was all about. That's why, leading up to this fight, she's been very active and very public. Now, some have said maybe too public, and is she prepared for what's going to happen inside that ring? We've seen it with other athletes as well, where they've been distracted, maybe as recently as Lennox Lewis against Asim Rahman. That's a question some people have.
Well, all week long we've heard Frazier Ali, Ali Frazier. There was a third guy that was pretty prominent during those years too. Before the Thriller in Manila, there was the Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire, where Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman. Frida Foreman is also a fighter, and she's in line. Any comment on her, Al?
Go figure. Yet another daughter of a famous heavyweight fighting. Well, that is the case with Frida Foreman. She's very much like these other two ladies. She's also a little younger than Jackie Frazier Live, but she is in her embryonic stages in this boxing game. But, and this is just a fact of life, because she has a famous father, because we now have two daughters of famous fathers fighting, she feels it's a chance for her to get a major match. And people will say the same thing if she fights the winner of this. They'll say, well, there's other deserving women's boxers, and maybe this isn't appropriate, and they may be right. But the fact of the matter is, because we remember George Foreman, and because Frida Foreman, who also, by the way, is a compelling personality, if she gets a fight, it may create the same kind of buzz.
Hey, guess what, folks? We have Frida Foreman. Dave Bontempo has it. Dave, take it away.
Okay, Bob. Frida, what do you think of the family feud going on here?
Oh, it's great. History is being made in a matter of minutes. This is awesome. I hope everybody out there is getting ready. I'm excited.
Now, what do you think? The idea, it's natural. The Foreman, the Ali, the Frazier names already, maybe whether you want to or not, you're being propelled into the talk. Well, you know, we're going to have a circuit, and Frida's going to be in it. How do you feel about that?
I feel wonderful. I feel great to be a part of this this trilogy going on. Ali, Frazier, Foreman. This is awesome. This is the best thing that happened to boxing, in my opinion.
How did your dad relate to this?
Oh, he loves it. Right now, my dad is home watching this fight. He's very supportive of these women. I think he's one of the top female boxing fans out there.
How many buys did he make on this pay-per-view tonight?
He made sure everybody in the family was out there watching it. It's hard to tell. We do come from a family of 4 brothers and 5 sisters, so it's a lot of us.
Now, what about your own fighting style? What do you think you've picked up on and improved a lot in the last year, and what do you want to pick up on some more?
Definitely my jab. My jab is my greatest asset, and I hope to perfect it more and more. And my jab, all in one, summed up.
Get it going. Now, they're going to try to get you to fight immediately. Do you want that, or do you want to work on a few things first?
Well, tonight is Ali Frazier. This is their night. Ali Frazier IV. I'm looking to grow and get me a title. I have a lot of boxing skills. I'm on the road trying to, gather. But hopefully it will be a title one day we'll be climbing in the ring defending against. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Hey, is this an osmosis thing? You grow up, you have a famous father for a fighter, it just kind of rubs off on you?
Great, I love it. I love it. It's in the blood. I've always watched my father fight, and I've always dreamed of stepping in the ring just as he did.
When did you get the bug?
I think I've had it forever. He's always said, now Frida, calm down. He's always said, don't edge her on, but I couldn't contain myself. I had to go for it. I had to do it.
What finally pushed you over the top and made you go?
Oh, watch. I guess watching these girls do it, I always knew I could do it, but I have to say they were a great motivation to me.
Do you get chills too when you think about those famous fights and the Rumble in the Jungle and Zaire and everything?
Yes, I've always watched them. It just feels, even being here right now, I'm getting those jitters and those feelings. I'm nervous for both of them tonight.
How about the fighters? How do you see this fight unfolding?
Well, it's hard to say. Ali has really proven herself. Frazier has definitely proven herself. Both of these girls are great and they are full of passion. So this fight can go either way. Both of them are full of heart, and I'm proud of them both.
Do you see the styles of their fathers in the girls?
Definitely do. They both, all of the fathers had great power. And these girls have proven to show they have power as well.
Women's boxing a couple years ago was on the verge of a major breakthrough, stuff going on every week. It stayed back a little bit. Do you feel that this can be another catapulting step for it?
This is definitely an enhancing step for women's boxing. I think this is exactly what women's boxing needs. It couldn't come at a greater time than now. This is exactly the stepping stone it was moving for.
Frida, thank you for stopping by. Best of luck. Back to Bob and Al.
All right, thank you, and a nice interview with a very lovely lady and a pretty good fighter. Coming up, Ali and Frazier. Frazier and Ali IV. And we are at the Turning Stone Casino Resort, the Oneida Indian Nation, and the beautiful arena here of the Oneida Nation. That's Joe Frazier in the foreground there. You heard from Frida Foreman. Larry Goosen was standing behind her, part of the Goosen, 10 Goose, I don't know if they still call it that anymore, but certainly Joe Goosen, who trains a lot of fighters, and his brother have done a terrific job, and Dan promoting. Well, let's talk about this fight, Al. Laila Ali and Jackie Frazier live.
We take a look at the tail of the tape. Clearly a much younger Laila Ali and a taller Laila Ali with a very slight height and reach, but she fights taller, and Jackie Frazier fights shorter, so we'll see that. In women's boxing, of course, 2-minute rounds, not 3-minute rounds. There is a 10-point must, 3 judges score, and so on. And as you see, before the end of the 4th round, if there would be a clash of heads and they would go to the scorecards, there would be no contest. They would not go to the scorecards. If there's a cut due to a clash of heads, at the end of the 4th round, we would go to the scorecards.
So the stage is just about set. All we have to do is have the appearance of the fighters. Remember, both of these ladies are undefeated. And it's kind of interesting, the styles. We've talked about it as we set the stage for you. The power of Frazier live and the boxing ability of Laila Ali. Just like Ali and Frazier when the men fought, Muhammad and Joe. The music comes up and the entrances are underway. Who's this making the first appearance, Al? Can you see? Yeah, that's Jackie.
Jackie Frazier live coming in, the 39-year-old attorney. You see her fight last time, beating Buckhalter, knocking her out in the first round. She has 2 knockout wins in the first round in her last 2 fights. That's Marvis Frazier, her brother, who is bringing her in, who is her trainer. He, of course, was a heavyweight of note himself. And it's worth noting that she has spent less time as a boxer than Laila Ali, though she has 7 wins and Ali has 9. The difference is a little more than that because she only got into boxing really once she saw Laila Ali starting to make her move and understood that everything she did as a 39-year-old was focused for tonight. It's not focused for 2 years down the road. It's not focused for title matches. It was focused to get a platform for herself and then fight tonight. So this is her moment. Let's see how well she performs.
Remember, this is scheduled for 8 rounds, and Jackie Frazier live has never been beyond 4 rounds in her career. In fact, she's had only 15 professional rounds of boxing in her career, but as Al said, she's a genuine athlete.
An excellent basketball player at American University, scored over 4,000 points. And for those that don't know about women's boxing, most of the women boxers come from other sports. A lot of them come from kickboxing, but a lot come from track or basketball, where they realize they want a more combative sport and they get into the sport.
How could this be such a great promotion? Look at this young lady. A lawyer, brilliant at handling the publicity. She's one of 11 children of Joe Frazier, and she's the mother of 3 and married to Big Pete Lyde, who's the co-promoter along with Laila's husband, Johnny McLean. So it's really been a family affair, but it won't be a family affair when the bell rings.
Now that's for sure, and She'll be facing, Jackie Frazier lied, will be facing a woman who is a little taller, who has a few more boxing skills, I think everyone agrees. And I think the consensus among people is that the onus is on Jackie Frazier live a little bit more than Ali to show that she's improved the level of her performance. And there, in fact, is Laila Ali, the 23-year-old who comes in here with the win over Christine Robinson, and who, along with her husband, Johnny McClain, have kind of piloted this, the business part of this promotion to a great extent.
And, you know, to some extent, they've been criticized for it, and I think unfairly. You've got the name, you have an ability to generate the buck. This is entertainment, this is sports. I think they've done a magnificent job, and I credit Johnny McClain and Laila Ali for capitalizing. There's a lot of people that get an opportunity in life, and they do nothing with it. This isn't the case here. And if we get a good fight on top of it, it's going to be a terrific night, folks. The good boxer. She must avoid, by the way, being dragged into a brawl with Jackie, because Jackie is a quick starter. In 2 fights, she's had first-round stoppages in 4 of 7 of her first fights. You know, she just started really in a hurry, and that's what she wants to do.
That was Johnny McClain, her husband, walking back. He looked a little bit stressed about something, and she is a little delayed in getting to the ring here. So I don't know what the story is with this. She may just be waiting. There's Johnny McClain coming forward, who himself, by the way, was a pretty good fighter, good cruiserweight.
An actor, too. You were in a...
I was in a show with him, Cover Me, the series, and he did a nice job in that show.
That familiar face, by the way, that you see with the Navy officer's hat on is Cassius Green. Dub Huntley also works the corner of Laila Ali. Coming out with Marvis Frazier was Val Colbert and Sam Hickman, who handles cuts should Jackie be cut. That's Cassius Green, the familiar figure that worked with so many fighters over the course of the years. Here she is, Laila Ali. Now the national anthem will be played by In the Ring while the fighters are in the ring and sung by Maxine Jones. And we'll have all of that color for you. Look at the stare down here. Look at this out.
That's your point.
And how different, if you want to juxtapose something to the past, in a way it was Frazier doing the smiling and the preening and Ali being serious. Wasn't it different in the old days? I think it was just the opposite with Joe and Muhammad.
All right, we're just about set to go. I think our ring announcer has moved into position. He's Dean Stone, and as soon as we're set, we'll go to him. Without further ado, take it, Dean.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise as we pay tribute to the great United States of America with the singing of our national anthem. We're pleased to have this evening from En Vogue, Miss Maxine Jones.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Turning Stone Casino Resort, Verona, New York, Absolute Boxing, in association with So Real Communications, present our featured bout of the evening. Sanctioned by the Oneida Indian Nation Athletic Commission, Chairman Clint Hill, Co-Chairman Bill Fournier, Commissioners Art Pierce and Michael Cook, Executive Director Kevin O'Toole, positions at ringside, Dr. Armin Sincata, Dr. James DeCastro, Dr. Santo DeFino, and Dr. Peter Haratatos. The timekeeper at the bell, Barbara Nagel. The 3 judges scoring this bout on a 10-point must system will be Don Ackerman, Frank Adams, and Tommy Hicks. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Robert Finocchi. And now for all the boxing fans in attendance here at the Turning Stone Casino Resort Verona and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. The moment is now. This is our main event of the evening. 8 rounds of super middleweight boxing as the daughters of 2 ring legends go toe-to-toe in Ali Frazier, Frazier Ali IV. Introducing first, in the red corner, wearing white and black, weighing 160 3/4 pounds. From Los Angeles, California, her professional record, it's an excellent one. 9 bouts, 9 victories with 8 coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Laila "She Be Stingin' Ali." Her opponents, across the ring in the blue corner, wearing black and white, weighs in at 164 pounds. From the fighting city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, her professional record, a perfect 7-0 with all of her wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the lady known as Sister Smoke, Jackie Frazier live.
Okay, ladies, we went over the rules earlier. You know what's expected. Any questions from this corner? This corner. Okay, ladies, touch them up. Touch them. Okay, back to your corners.
All right, so we're set to go. I get goosebumps. I know it's only Frazier Ali's daughters, but I tell you, this is exciting. These girls with the stare down, they've trained hard for this. Well, they both predict knockouts. They're both undefeated. Somebody's going to be wrong. Somebody may be right. We'll see. Ali decked out the white in the black. Jackie Frazier line. Ali goes to the first jab, touches her up. Jackie Frazier trying to make a brawl out of it. Of course, Laila Ali wants to avoid a brawl early.
One of the bad things for Jackie Frazier is she's standing too straight up right now. Landing well on the inside, but she needs to bend a little more at the waist if she's going to be effective and escape the jab and straight right hand of Laila Ali.
At 39 years old, the athlete Frazier lied, trying to force the fight a little bit more right now. She loads up a shot that comes short of it. And now she holds the arm of Ali, and Ali punching after the bell.
Well, after the break, she shot it. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, one thing that Frazier Live has been able to do is kind of get Laila Ali already into a little bit of more of a scrappy match here and take her out of the, outside game she would like.
And here's Frazier trying to load up shots, and you know what? Ali's hanging right in there with her.
But let me tell you what Joe Frazier's daughter's doing. She's throwing that left hook and it's landing, and if she can keep landing it, Laila Ali's got a problem. She's landing some hellacious hooks on the inside.
And the opponent she's had so far, she hasn't been hit like this with this kind of power. Loads up the right hand as Jackie Frazier lied. Frazier lied, nails her again. Jackie inside, trying to show some boxing skills with Laila Ali. She's got to wither this early storm. Remember, they're only 2-minute rounds. So there's only 30 seconds to go in this first round.
A very aggressive first round. And you know, a lot of this is nerves and adrenaline. We'll see who settles in the second round.
With that
get the job done better.
The big looping right hand by Frazier live. Right hand catches Ali. Bangs her on top of the head. Kind of an awkward right hand, though.
Yeah, but what it does is it sets up the hook by Jackie Frazier. Interesting that she's landing so many right hands. Joe told us in the interview, didn't he? He said to Dave on Temple, no, my daughter throws the right too. Hey, fun round of boxing.
The crowd likes it here. It's a 10-point must scoring system. I think you got to give Frazier the first round.
Take a deep breath.
All right, now look at this action.
Here is Jackie Frazier trying to work on the inside, and that, of course, if that's reminiscent of her dad holding behind the head, I guess she learned that trick from Muhammad because he used to do it a lot during the course of his fight.
All right, the adrenaline rush in the first round. I thought that perhaps Jackie Frazier got the best of the first round, but Laila keeping herself under control.
The intriguing thing here is we talk about the hook and she's throwing it, but the interesting thing is the overhand right from Jackie Frazier is getting in. She does slap with that punch a lot, and clearly it diminishes its power. Now there's Laila Ali doing what I think would bode well for her. Little movement. She should be using the jab, using her height and reach, and that's what she wants to do in this fight.
Trying to move side to side. Jackie's right on top of her again. Wailing away on the inside now is Ali. Hanging on and holding with one arm and wailing with the other. That was a trademark of Muhammad Ali. But he'd hold that hand right up over the head and use the other hand. Got caught with the left hand that time, did Laila.
Both women are landing some pretty solid shots here.
Oh, there's a big left hook by Jackie. The heads came together. Hey, I tell you what, Al, so far it's a fight.
Well, it's been very interesting and exciting, and while the technique is not perfect, it's been good enough to make it interesting. A good left hand by Laila Ali.
That was one of the heaviest punches landed by Laila to this point. Both girls have set such a pace for this fight that there's a bit of fatigue factor right here, and they're both extremely well trained for this fight.
Now, Jackie Frazier said she was going to use her jab more. She hasn't used it much, but she's been able to get inside without using the jab, and once she's there, it's done some effective work.
Laila trying to take that big looping right hand away by grabbing on with her own left hand and tying Jackie up and seeing what she can do with the right hand. Jackie comes forward. Her legs look a little tired right now.
Some movement by Ali would be beneficial. She's giving it to us. Frazier very short with those right hands.
They're both so determined. They both are really in a war right now. Look at this. Ali's showing some strength in there, though.
When it's a fight on the outside, it clearly benefits Laila Ali. On the inside, Frazier's gotten some things done. Another fun round, and the crowd's into it.
That one a little too close to call for me. I thought that Frazier might have landed more in the first, but then the second really even up by Laila.
Hold this right now. Once you get in on you like this, turn him up. Take a deep breath. Okay? You understand? Use that jab. What? You got to use the jab.
No.
Use that jab. Take a deep breath. Okay? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath now. Box.
We take a look at the right hand getting in from Jackie Frazier. She pushes that punch a lot, and there's Laila with a very good counter right hand. You see the punches of Laila Ali generally a little straighter, but the hook by Frazier, of course, that's the signature punch of her dad, and she thinks of herself as well. Good straight right hand by Laila Ali from the outside where she's a little more effective.
Here we go, round three. Laila Ali in white. Jackie Frazier lied in the black. And the pace now, they're trying to be more of a boxing match right now. It's been the ears back and let the leather fly in the first 2 rounds so far.
By the way, Tina Ortegon and Valerie Mahfood are the world champions by 2 of the 3 organizations in this weight class. They're watching this and they're thinking, okay, maybe I could get in with one of these women, and even though I have the championship, make some money. We'll see.
Well, of course, this is Ali and Frazier, and that's what it's all about tonight. Jackie hangs in there trying to land a power shot. Laila trying to be the better boxer. And she is, Al, as you pointed out, she has more skill in her crisp punches. And it's all determination for Frazier live.
That's basically it. And we see a little turning of the tide here because Laila Ali is getting the punching distance.
Somebody lost a mouthpiece in there, and I'm not quite sure who it was. Laila was doing most of the throwing,
Let's go real quick.
and evidently Jackie's mouthpiece came out because it went to that corner.
Let's go.
As Laila has about a minute to go here in the 3rd round. And that's a bit of a break, I think, for Jackie, who's the older of the 2. Now the mouthpiece is in and we're ready to go. Time is back in. And now Ali really outboxing her.
Because Jackie Frazier is standing too upright and relying much too much on just that throwing that right hand. She should have been trying to throw the left hook, which landed very well in the 1st round. And there, see when she cranks that punch, she can land it. Laila doing a good job of keeping her at bay right now.
And that's what she has to do with that left hand. There she is, hanging the hand like you know who.
And clearly, while what's lacking in technique is not lacking in desire or effort by these 2 women.
Well, we wanted to see a fight that was a fight, and that is for sure what we have. And you know, we're not going to beat the technique to death because they're both young in their careers as boxers. Nice shots being landed by Ali. Ali hits her 3-4 times. Jackie a little staggering. Back on her heels.
Good left hook by Laila Ali. It's not her major punch, but she can throw it.
Well, we're out of time in the 3rd round. There's the bell. That's an Ali round.
Control in that 3rd round. Very good left hook and straight right. She's showing you the nice hand speed and combinations that we have seen from time to time in her early career, and Jackie Frazier Light showing you some toughness as she is nailed with these shots. And Marvis Frazier, you heard him in Jackie's corner saying jab, jab, and then throw the straight right hand.
I don't think she's going to do that. She tries to do it, Al, as she starts off the round. Laila Ali clearly quicker with her jab and has more in her arsenal, where Jackie Frazier Light just likes to load up her shots. She's trying to do what Marvis told her to do with that jab. She's thrown it 3 times so far here in round number 4. Laila waiting a little bit now to open up. There's that nice straight jab, another jab by Laila. She hangs the hand low, catches her inside, digs with the body, back upstairs. Boy, these girls do have determination.
See, and there's where Jackie Frazier can get some good done. She is starting now to load up on the hook, and that's really, I think, what Marvis should have reminded her of. Both women, of course, we'll be looking at them very carefully in terms of conditioning. Jackie Frazier has never gone past 4 rounds. Laila Ali has been 6. Frazier looked a little tired coming out this round, but then she had a pretty good series there.
But these are, you know, I mean, just all out 2 minutes of really hustling for both ladies. So they're tough 2 minutes.
There, Frazier used the jab, but here's Ali doing some excellent work on the inside. Big right by Frazier, though.
Frazier scores the power punch, but it's Ali that lands more punches. And you see, I think the age has something to do with it, because Jackie, you know, when she expends a lot of energy, she kind of reels around the ring a little bit, meaning the legs. And they say that's the first to go for any athlete.
Well, and she hasn't also had many rounds of actual boxing competition.
Step back.
Laila Ali being sharper with her punches right now.
The left hook gets through, spins ahead of Ali. Ali seems to love it when they tie one arm up and let the other one flail and try to beat it in the punch. You know why? Because she's quick around.
You know, Jackie Frazier has not had a long time in boxing. She's one of those many women boxers that you look at and say, it's a shame she got into the sport so late. She just needs work on this technique. When she does it right, she does it well, but she doesn't do it right all the time.
The bell ends the fourth round, and once again, we see the hand speed of Laila Ali.
A very effective round for Ali. And she's happy with that round, you can tell.
Close out, close out. And then you use that jab, sit there, count on it, right? And once you go on the outside, count over the top. You know what I said? Let's keep it playing, jab.
There was a lot of interesting action in the last round. Now there is Frazier using the jab, but Ali coming in and being very effective on the inside. Good hand speed, consistently throwing that right hand. And then a right hand by Jackie Frazier. But clearly the amount of punches landed in that round favors Ali, and she landed some big shots as well. And the big difference so far in this fight, especially in the last 2 rounds, is that Ali is simply a more experienced fighter. She has trained more, she has had more rounds in the ring, and it shows.
And has better technique. All right, here we go. Round number 5, again scheduled for 8. Laila Ali now has things going a bit her way, although Jackie still has plenty of steam left in her hands and her punches. Ali up on her toes. She's a much improved boxer since the time I saw her fight in China. You know, I was pleased with the way she was able to hold up Jackie, if you're an Ali fan, or at least looking for the positive side of Ali. And then Jackie really put the pressure on her, and she was able to wither the storm early.
I think Jackie Frazier's making a mistake relying on just that overhand right. She pushes that punch a lot. It's not as effective. She really needs to get inside and then start digging the hooks to the body and the head. That was when she was effective earlier. There's the hook by Frazier.
A good hook by Frazier, but Ali just keeps coming forward. She loves it now when she has her left arm tied up with the right hand of Frazier and lets her right hand go. Watch it. She'll do it 2 or 3 times if she can. She puts it out there, then backs off. Listen to the crowd out.
Laila Ali has realized that from the outside she can handle things, and that's what she's doing.
Anytime anything that's even remotely reminiscent of what Muhammad used to do, like hanging the left, put the hand up there, the crowd really reacts. A tough fight now.
Jackie Frazier stands too straight up, and that's why Laila Ali, big hook by Laila, best punch of the fight.
Yeah, she caught her with a real good left hook. She softened her up with a body shot, then came back with a left hook. That spun the head of Frazier line.
Boy, you know what? That was a great left hook, and Jackie Frazier stayed in there and landed some good body shots, but Laila Ali is clearly winning the round.
She is, and Jackie's hopping and popping. She cracked her on the nose with a pretty good right hand that time. Laila's winded too. By golly, the determination is here for these 2 women.
Good hook by Jackie Frazier.
She catches her. The end of round 5 coming up, another Ali round.
A lot of heart on the part of Jackie Frazier and a lot of good punching by that woman, Laila Ali.
Listen to the crowd reaction now, and that's what we hope for.
We got it, we got it. We got it. Hey, she ready to go now, you know it? So they can leave it open for the shot here too. Here and over. And that's it. Right with the right hand. Come on your hook. She ready. Grab her arm now, man. Grab her. Just get a little bit now. Okay? You know what I'm saying? She ready for it. That's the jab.
In the last round, Laila Ali was able to land a couple of good combinations. Here she works. That was a tremendous left hook. Good, short, compact left hook by Ali, and she got right on the chin of Jackie Frazier. Frazier wearing down a bit physically, and we can see evidence of that. And Jackie Frazier is in no man's land as she gets hit with that left hook. She has never been this many rounds ever in a professional fight.
All right, here we go. Round number 6, scheduled for 8. I'm Sheridan and Al Bernstein, the principals in the ring. Laila Ali, Jackie Frazier live. What it lacks in technique, it hasn't lacked for in action. The 2-minute rounds are part of that, but there's a lot of determination for these 2 women. Representing the family flag, you might say.
Break! Step back.
Ali backs off, wants to get to that jab. She uses it, but she pounds inside with the right hand. Misses with the left hook, catches her with the right hand.
Boy, every time Jackie Frazier throws the hook to the body, it's a good punch. Every time she throws the overhand right, pushes, it's a bad punch. She really should have remembered walking into this fight what it was her dad was all about, because she wants to be the inside cranking hooks.
Well, it's a natural thing out for a right-hander to want to throw the right hand unless you have the ability to level the left hook like Joe. That's a pretty good left hook
that's
there.
what I'm telling you.
You're right.
That's her ticket in this fight, and that is what she ought to be doing, and I mean nothing else. I wouldn't do anything. I'd get on the inside, I'd crank left hooks until I couldn't throw them anymore.
You wonder if that left hook might have hurt Laila just a bit. You hear the chanting, Ali Ali. Boy, that brings back memories.
She just missed with another one. Laila is doing a good job of counterpunching on the inside. And what is so far a little bit closer round, Jackie Frazier's come back a little bit in this round.
Jackie could still win this round. Laila has to do something for about 10 more seconds to get this round. And they're both throwing shots with 20 seconds to go in the sixth. Remember, it's only scheduled for 8. Jackie pounds the body with the left, and that's what Al likes, the left hook. Straight left hand, good shot that time.
It's the one punch that Frazier has shown she can get some power into. And now conditioning is going to be a big factor in his last round. Laila Ali's never been past 6. Frazier was already 2 rounds past the longest distance she's been.
And they're both a little winded right now in the closing seconds here of the 6th. There's the bell ending it. That's a tough round to score, but Ali might have done just a bit more.
She landed a lot of punches, Laila Ali, and maybe that was the difference in that round.
Keep this on the back of the head, will you please? This is 7th round. This is 7th wave coming up, coach. 7. This is 7th round. This is 7th round. You gotta use that jab move. You're not getting close enough to it. I want you waiting for her to get through. When you get through, when you're sitting there laying there. Once you get body, you have to throw short body shots. I'm not looking for the wide stuff. I'm looking for bing, bing, bing. Right? You're waiting for her to step back. I'm not waiting for you to grab those step back. Good jab. Good jab. Touch the body.
Seconds out.
I want you to keep touching
And Joe Frazier watching his daughter try and get the job done and talking to Marvis at the same time. He's seen his share, hasn't he?
He certainly has. Here we go, round number 7. Turning Stone Casino Resort Arena.
They want more jabs from Jackie Frazier. She's trying to oblige, but once on the inside, that's what she needs to do. She's following up Marvis told him, get inside and throw those short body shots. Only problem is you're in the 7th round now. Just those short body shots might not be enough to win you this fight.
And it won't steal it from the eyes of the judges, because Laila is the flashier of the 2 fighters. And right now, look at Jackie trying to make a brawl out of it.
Well, that's the style. And, you know, when she does that, she's somewhat effective. But I think the middle rounds were a problem for her.
They definitely were a problem, but she's landing now. Look at this. Now Ali starts scoring a bit. There's a nice combination by Ali.
Oh, big right by Frazier. That was the best punch of the fight right there.
Digs to the body, the right hand again.
That right momentarily staggered Ali. We'll see if it really did or not.
It got her attention, Al, that's for sure. Both women, you don't need me to tell you this, but the pace has slowed down a bit as Ali throws both hands. She squares up her shoulders a bit when she throws both hands, doesn't she? She's landing shots so well.
She is indeed a very close round here. Frazier had some good moments in this round, and Ali has counterpunch well. That Ali moving backwards now. This is either a ploy or she's trying to catch her breath. Good hook. That was an excellent hook by Frazier, and that hurt Ali. She might not know it, but that hurt Laila Ali.
And you see Laila coming forward with her knees collapsed just a little bit, hanging on and really trying to suck some oxygen into those lungs. I think you're right, Al, that it did hurt her.
If Jackie Frazier loses this fight, it will be because she didn't throw that left hook. It's real simple. She just didn't have confidence and trust in that punch enough to throw it. And I have to say, Marvis Frazier maybe could have reminded her to throw it a little bit more. She's getting it done now.
Yeah, based on those heavier blows, she may have won that 7th round.
I would say she did, and it's a very tired Laila Ali that walks back to her corner, and that woman, Frida Foreman, looking on, thinking, could that be me in there with one of these 2 women?
I've got it 68-66 in favor of Ali going to the 8th and final round.
But That would be a pretty fair score, I think.
And again, it's been the story that Jackie just needs to stay with that left hook, and it hasn't happened.
Just stay in that box.
Both women had their moments in the last round, that's for sure. Laila Ali early in the round landing some good short right hands. But there is the good strong right by Frazier. One of two really big punches she landed. And now here is Frazier. Q landed excellent. That was a great left hook right on the jaw, and that stopped Laila Ali in her tracks. So very interesting at this point as we have. It could still be anyone's fight. I would agree with you. Laila Ali is probably ahead. But Jackie Frazier might have one more good round left in her. How many left hooks does she have left in her?
This is it, the 8th and final round. The crowd is reacting to it. She opens up by cracking Laila across the jaw with the right hand.
Laila Ali probably feels like she might have done a little more of this, a little more movement, more jabs.
Jackie right on top of her now, throwing the heavy leather. Laila was on her toes, but got pushed back to the corner, as you saw. Big shot that time by Frazier. Didn't hurt Ali too much.
A lot of pressure from Jackie Frazier. The 39-year-old who has never been past 4 rounds, and here in round 8, she and Laila Ali are engaging in a wild brawl. I mean, give her credit. She's a world-class athlete from basketball. This is a lot different sport.
Yeah, listen to the crowd. They're really reacting to this. These women are putting out. 39 years old. She's in as good a shape as any 39-year-old woman could be in.
I wish she had gotten into boxing earlier, because we'd be seeing a different Jackie Frazier. But right now, she's putting a lot of pressure on Laila Ali.
Laila up on her toes, though, trying to move around. Cracks her with that right hand again inside. Frazier continues to pressure Laila. Laila bangs with 3-4 shots. Nice combination by Ali. Left hand, right hand gets through. Frazier with the right hand. Gets through with the left. And listen to the reaction of the crowd. Both girls landing shots inside of about 30 seconds to go in this fight. And again, if it lacks technique, it doesn't lack for action. They are putting on a show as best they can. There's some heart for two.
You have to like their enthusiasm and their conditioning and their courage. And give Jackie Frazier a lot of credit. She looked out of this fight 3 rounds ago. Now she's very much in it and probably won this last round. Oh, and there's the hook again.
Another good left hook. It's almost over. All right. If Jackie did enough, listen to the crowd.
Well, it was fun. There are better women boxers than these two, but I don't know if any that would have shown more heart or more courage, for sure.
On my scorecard, after all is said and done, I've got just 1 point separating the two. Oh, look at that. With Ali slightly out in front. That's if you give Jackie Frazier live the last round, as I did on my scorecard. So the official judges, Don Ackerman, Frank Adams, and Tommy Hicks, had their work cut out. As Al pointed out during the middle rounds, Laila really took over and showed her boxing. Jackie came on pretty strong. All right, we've got Dave Bontempo, who's beside us here now. And Dave, your reaction to the fight?
Colonel, it was an excellent battle. I had it a draw when it was all over. Excellent comeback by Jackie Frazier. You know, Laila Ali had shown a lot with the fights of, like, say, Kendra Linhart fighting girls who were taller than she was. We saw the grit of Jackie Frazier. She fought an inside battle. They both had to extend themselves tonight, and they did.
I had it 1 point for Laila Ali. You had it a draw. Maybe a split decision. Who knows? But the fact that you had it that close and I had it that close, and the reaction of the crowd, I think, is key. They seemed to love it.
They did, especially the way this finished up with Jackie Frazier throwing those vintage left hooks, reminiscent of Joe. Both boxers did what their fathers had done, but they also grew in their own professional stature here tonight. The left hooks by Jackie Frazier at the end. You know, extending yourself to 8 rounds when you've only been 4 or you've only been 6. I I think that's the biggest extension of all of them. Going from 4 to 8, going from 6 to 8. That's the toughest step up the ladder, and both girls had to do it tonight.
Well, Jackie Frazier certainly hung in there. We commented that for a 39-year-old woman, she got her body in as good a shape. A very, very close fight. Some judges may have it the way you have it, and a couple of the judges may have it the way I have it. It could be a majority decision. Who knows? Look at this.
I think the key will be what happened in those middle rounds, because Jackie Frazier came on strong. In the beginning, she was pretty good, and Laila Ali had some very strong rounds in the middle.
Well, all in all, it was more than entertaining. It was a pretty good go, wasn't it?
They really had a lot of tremendous growth for both. Within their realm, Bob, they both used each other to take a step, to take a notch up.
All right, we're all set. Let's not make it a mystery any longer. Let's go to our ring announcer, Dean Stone.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of action here at the Turning Stone Casino Resort, Verona, New York, we go to the scorecard. Judge Frank Adams has it 79-73 Ali. Judge Tom Hicks scores the fight 76-76 even. And Judge Don Ackerman sees the contest 77-75 for your winner by majority decision, Laila "She Christine Ali."
So one judge had it exactly the way you did, one had it just about the way I did, and the other one didn't have it as close as anybody thought.
You had to have that close fight, no matter how you're looking at it. Whether it's 2 points for Ali or a draw, you know, with some rounds being so much razor close, not much of a difference in it. And I think they fought to a very close battle here. 2 points one way, a draw, I think you can live with.
Absolutely, and again, the thing that I'm thrilled about is that we got good action, good entertainment, and nobody was hurt, another thing, and the crowd loved it.
The consensus was people walking around saying, well, you know, Jackie's older, Laila's got the youth, Laila will throw with her, Laila will do whatever she wants to win the fight. And Jackie Frazier's best opportunities in this bout came late.
Jackie doesn't seem too sad as she gave her daddy, Joe Frazier, the former great champ that had the epic battles with Muhammad. And now I see Al Bernstein is standing by, and he's going to have an interview probably with both ladies, but right now he has Laila Ali, so I think we're ready to go to Al Bernstein.
Thank you very much, Bob. Here is Laila Ali. Laila, can we get you to turn this way? That was obviously a very competitive match. You were able to get a lot of things done, especially in those early and middle rounds, and then she came on a little bit toward the end. How tough was this?
Well, the problem was that I started fighting her fight. That tells me that I need to do a lot more sparring and sticking to my game. I didn't feel good about the fight during the fight, and I don't feel good now, even though I won. Because
it was a great fight. Laila fought her fight.
It was a very competitive fight, obviously.
I thought she was going to be.
Yeah, well, she hung in there. Now, one of the things you just mentioned is that you fought her fight a little bit more. I'm sure coming in this fight, you wanted to stay on the outside, use the jab and the straight right hands a little bit more. Was it partially the adrenaline of the moment and the crowd that got you into that?
No, I think it's just she's wild. You know what I'm saying? And I was sparring with people who were trying to fight like her, but they weren't doing quite like as wild as she was, you know? So it's always a little bit of a surprise when you actually get in there with the person you're fighting.
Now, you mentioned that she was a little tougher than you thought. She took a lot of big shots and she cranked up some pretty good shots, too.
I didn't really get to drop my bombs because she was always up on me, and I didn't get my I wanted, so.
What would you change? Well, take a look at some of this action. There you landed a great left hook on the inside, and you did have lots of hand speed, but again, maybe not the punching range that you wanted.
Exactly, and that's what does it. It's a snap and punch.
Johnny, you said great fight, and you must be proud of Laila because of the effort.
You're not gonna be proud when we get home.
Well, for the effort, maybe not the technique.
It's not about the technique. Well, I mean, it is about the technique, but I'm like you said, I'm proud about the effort because Laila got drawn into Jackie's fight. There's been a lot of tension and build up. Jackie's wild, like she said, but also Laila really wanted to beat her bad. So Laila's young in the game, and she got caught up into Jackie's fight. And I was afraid of that because I could see the intensity in Laila's eyes. So I kept trying to get her to box. You know, I wanted her to stay focused on her game. But still, like you said, I'm proud of her because she sucked it up and she beat Jackie at her own game.
Well, given that, what does this tell you about where you're at in the sport and what needs to be done?
I got a lot more work to do because I feel like becoming a good fighter is about having discipline and sticking to your own game. And I'm being there with a lot more skilled people who have skills and are strong and know how to counter punch and set punches up. If I get thrown off like that, you know,
Well, Trina Ortegon and Valerie Mahfood, a couple of the champions, I'm sure looking at this. What about fighting her again? You have to ask that question because it was very close.
No, I don't want to.
You wouldn't want to do that again. Why not?
I said before this fight there wasn't going to be a rematch, and I said I was going to knock her out also, and I didn't. But there will not be a rematch.
Even though it was a close fight?
No, because the other girl, I want a belt. She doesn't have anything for me to gain.
Okay. All right, well, congratulations on your win, even though it wasn't as satisfying, perhaps, as you would like.
So none of my fights have been as satisfying
Well,
as I
what
want.
this fight does is it answers all the critics. Everyone that said Laila can't take a punch, everyone that said Laila can't give a punch, now they all get an answer. They saw Laila get cracked a couple times, a whole bunch of times, a lot more than I wanted to see. But the thing is, she never once went away, never once thought about going away. She sucked it up, and she kept on grinding it out, and she got the W.
I'm sorry,
I mean, so it's okay if we got a great team behind us, and we just gonna get back in the gym, and we're gonna focus, nothing but boxing.
What final?
She's sparring, she don't box, I'm stopping her.
All right. What final comments do you have about Jackie's effort? Were you impressed with her effort in any case?
No, I knew she was gonna be. I knew she had a lot of